All right, everyone, the biggest political gaffe I think of all of modern political history may have been the other day, and that's with Joe Biden. For those of you who haven't seen it, link in the description, prepare to, be like totally cringe. Basically, it's against the context of Joe Biden having these allegations against him that he's like too touchy-feely with women, so to speak. And so he decided to invite some kids randomly up on stage during a rally or speech or whatever. I mean, he's not technically officially even running yet, but he is, but he's not. So I'm not even sure exactly what this rally meant. But he sort of creepily invites a bunch of kids up on stage for no apparent reason. It's like, oh yeah, the kids can come here and sit on the edge or whatever. And then, he gets them up there, shakes their hand, stuff. And then he sort of reaches over, he puts his shoulder on a young boy. I'm sure optics-wise, they went with the male in this situation, not without good reason. And then he decided that was funny to him. So he decided to make a joke. Oh, don't worry, he gave me his permission. The people in the crowd were actually laughing, and I'm not understanding. As a parent or as a potential parent or whatever, how can you fucking possibly be not upset at this situation where you've got this dude in his fucking mid-70s making a joke about sex assault allegations while he's like, right next to your kid? Like, did the parents, they just didn't have the balls to go back up on stage and say, okay, we're leaving, like, get away from the dirty pervert or something? This is pure Biden. Like, this is a big gaffe. I no longer have confidence that he's going to become the Democratic nominee. There's the part of me that analyzes it from the sort of cold and calculating side and says, look, if you've got a packed field, ideology is going to carry it over personality. If he's running against, even towards the end, 3 or 4 other people that are invariably going to be further left, if he is the only one with what passes for a sane fiscal platform, a sane foreign policy platform within the Democratic Party, because he represents yesteryear's Democrats, the cold, calculating, analytical part of me says he becomes the nominee. But there's also a part of me that says something like this, it has such, because of the internet era being as it is, because stuff like this spreads around, it can, there's no way to put the genie back in the bottle. We've got a fucking 1,000 pictures of Biden acting this way. That even though individually the allegations, I mean, it's just like he gets too touchy-feely. He didn't rape anyone, he's not, molesting children or anything. But the fact that you've got so many of them, the fact that you may have more, the fact that the public eye is already focused on them, even if it's sort of secondary in politics right now, people are so fixated on what Trump's doing that they're sort of ignoring the Democrats entirely. There's a part of me that believes it might prevent him from being the nominee, because we have to see, even a couple of elections ago, you didn't have the kind of social media force that you have today, and I can't think of any specific individual, I can't think of any content creator that supports Biden. I haven't heard any of them. You've got some Beto fans. I mean, there's a lot of Trump, and then there's some Beto and Sanders, basically. A lot of the others don't really have any web support, which could be exactly why they're trying to censor the internet. The wrong people are too popular among the younger crowd that knows how to use a computer. It's a big problem. Oh my God, you mean the center leftist who's 75 years old and cracks jokes about sex assault on stage with a bunch of small children may not be getting people excited about voting for the Democratic Party? I never would have guessed. I mean, it's a mystery to me. The dude seems like so sane. This is what Biden does. Biden's own worst enemy ultimately is himself, when we really think about it. Because Joe Biden, because of the coalition he's built, if it weren't for these allegations, if he could just keep his hands to himself, he'd be riding on 30 right now. He'd be virtually guaranteed the nomination, especially when he's got an advantage in the first state, which gives him just a little bit of a boost going into New Hampshire that could totally knock Bernie Sanders on his ass. If he manages to win both of the first states, the race is basically over at that point. That boost possibly carries over into South Carolina. And even though a lot of people grumble and say, well, we're settling for Biden, ultimately, a lot of people at that point will get behind him. It'll start to winnow away at the lower-end candidates. He'll get, like, Hickenlooper's endorsement. He'll get, like, Gillibrand's endorsement. Then it's all over. Basically, it would be the tale of 2016 all over again, with Joe Biden as Hillary Clinton, Bernie probably dropping out much earlier. If he doesn't win New Hampshire, that's virtually a guarantee. He'd drop out after Super Tuesday, certainly, because he wouldn't have any steam left. It would begin to look a lot like how Bernie Sanders was before. It'd be very funny, with a leftist being sort of the second-tier individual, except it wouldn't be Sanders. It'd probably end up being Kamala Harris and or Elizabeth Warren. And if it's both of them, well, Biden definitely wins. In a three-way race, he probably wins. In a four-way race, I think he takes it. But this sort of stuff, I mean, how fucking crazy, how many Alzheimer's meds does he have to be on at this point when he thinks that this is possibly a good decision? He may have made the crowd laugh in the room. Okay, a crowd of a few hundred or 1,000 people or something found his derpy joke funny. The internet, therefore, though, takes that and massively spreads it around. Says, look, it's pervert alert. It's just like Donald Trump is tweeting about, just like he's memeing about. He's giving it, and Biden's giving him free ammo. It'd be really funny if Trump had paid Biden off. He's like, okay, I want you to run because all these other people are nutty leftists, so, you'll do it easily. I want you to run, but I want you to do stupid shit so that when you become the nominee, you become unelectable, and then just be my punching bag. I'll give you like $10 million or something. It's possible. I'm sure. Oh, so trust me, the conspiracy theories will abound from the Sanders fans when he drops it. It's going to be really funny. There is a possibility, though, now that Sanders does end up becoming the nominee. And he is the natural runner-up. Like, basically, his competition, like, minus Biden, his competition basically boils down to Beto O'Rourke and Kamala Harris and a little bit from Cory Booker. And that's basically it. I would say, like, Elizabeth Warren, but she's basically just the waspish version of Kamala Harris anyway. She signed on to the Green New Deal and all that stupid shit, so they're leftists now. And there is no other real non-leftist in there. Like, ideologically speaking, it's only Biden. And Biden is sitting there trying to destroy himself. He actually thought this was a good idea. I can't even wrap my head around how someone who he's supposedly, I mean, he's not an unintelligent dude. It's not that he's dumb. He's not like, maybe Dan Quayle mode or something like that, or Gerald Ford. He's classically educated. He's okay at speaking and stuff, but he makes these fucking dumb optics mistakes. And I'm wondering if somebody advised him that this was a good idea to try to make light of the Me Too thing. What the hell do you think that's going to do to all the leftists who already don't really like him? It's going to invigorate him. They're going to get more invigorated. They're going to attack him harder. And unfortunately for him, that youth core of the Democratic Party, the more leftist, they're a lot more vicious than Biden's fans. Basically, I haven't heard anyone say, yeah, I'm really excited for Joe Biden's future presidency. It's going to be like a great time. It's not like, I think he was expecting that the Obama nostalgia would rub off on him. Like, well, he was his Veep and stuff, so it's kind of like having Obama back in the White House. Hey, maybe he can have Obama as his running mate, which he couldn't. Okay, maybe, but I think most people are really over that. The Obama era is fast receding into being a footnote of history. It's being propped up by a bunch of idiot political scientists who think that people take them seriously at this point. That's basically what it boils down to. Most of these people can't name any main signature accomplishments of the Obama administration. And Biden wasn't exactly more than along for the ride. He was almost an absentee vice president. He was the court jester. He was the one that was meant to make people smile and laugh and be friendly and do the schmoozing, but he took it too far. And unfortunately, like for him, 10 years ago it wouldn't have been a problem. You'd have like a couple of pictures maybe of him, holding on to someone's shoulders. It wouldn't be a big problem. You wouldn't have websites dedicated to it. You wouldn't have memes being made about it 24/7. But that's become Biden's problem. So he's fucking crazy. He's probably done for as a candidate. I'm just thinking about him staggering his way to the finish line, becoming the nominee anyway by the hair of his teeth, and going on like, how the hell, what's he gonna do? He's gonna have to nominate somebody for his running mate that would be far left. He'd have to get somebody like Kamala Harris, and probably be on the short list of people that he would choose. Can you imagine that? And then that would piss off the business devs and be like, well, Biden's old, so he'll probably die in office. So we're going to have the first female president's going to be basically a socialist? Yeah, no thanks. I don't think that they're going to go for that. That's about all. Peace out.